It all started when I replied to a babysitting ad on a local Vegas board. The poster didn't mention names, just that it was a well-paying one-night job at a high-profile household. As a broke college student, I jumped at the opportunity. When I got a text confirming the job and telling me the address, I nearly dropped my phone. Rick Harrison. Pawn Stars, Rick Harrison. I figured the worst that could happen was an awkward conversation about old coins. The house was exactly what you'd expect from a reality TV star. Huge, with vintage memorabilia and antiques everywhere. Rick greeted me at the door, surprisingly friendly, and introduced me to his nephew Max, a quiet 8-year-old with big eyes and a mop of dark hair. He told me he and the rest of the family would be out at a charity event until late. Just dinner, TV, and bedtime for Max. Easy money. Things started getting weird around 9:30. Max was in bed, and I was flipping through the TV channels when I heard footsteps upstairs. Slow, deliberate. I figured Max was up, maybe scared or restless, so I went to check. But when I opened the door to his room, he was fast asleep. I even watched his chest rise and fall for a moment just to be sure. The sound came again. This time from the hallway. I stepped out and froze. A shadow moved past the end of the hall. Not fast, not like someone running. Just walking. I called out, thinking maybe Rick had come home early and was playing a prank. No response. I checked. Every room upstairs. Nothing. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that I wasn't alone. Then I noticed one of the antique doors, an old ornately carved wooden thing at the end of the hall, was slightly ajar. I hadn't opened it, and I was pretty sure it had been shut earlier. I walked up to it and pushed it open. It creaked like something from a horror movie. Inside was a small room, almost a shrine. Photos of an older man lined the walls, and in the center was a rocking chair. It was gently rocking on its own. That's when Max's voice called from his room, "He doesn't like when people go in there." I turned to see him standing in the hallway, pale as a sheet. I asked him who he was, and Max just said, "Grandpa, he used to sit in that chair every night. Sometimes, he still does." I didn't sleep. I sat in the living room with all the lights on until Rick came back around midnight. I tried to casually ask about the room. His face changed. "You went in the den?" he asked. "We don't use that room anymore." I told him about the rocking chair, about Max's warning. He just nodded and said, "Yeah. My dad passed a few years ago. Max swears he still visits. We've had incidents. I took my money and never went back. Whatever or whoever is in that house, one night was enough. For me."